Is Israel really an apartheid state? As people who experienced apartheid firsthand, it's appropriate for us to try and honestly answer that question. So, let's take a minute to compare Israel to apartheid South Africa. Did Israel ever legislate discrimination against Arabs the same way South Africa did against its non-white population? No. On the contrary, from day one, Israel legislated equality for all its citizens, including Arabs and non-Jews. This is explicitly articulated in Israel's Declaration of Independence, which says that the country will ensure complete equality of social and political rights of all its inhabitants, irrespective of religion, race, or sex. Israeli Arabs have full and equal voting rights. Today, an Arab party is part of the coalition government ruling the country. Are Israel's Arab citizens banned from Israeli hospitals, beaches, buses, and restaurants? No, 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 and no, no, no. And yes, Arabs who are not citizens of Israel do have less freedom of movement, but this is not because of discriminatory legislation. The Palestinian-controlled territories are governed by regimes that are hostile to the existence of Israel. And as such, Israel is compelled to enact security measures to protect its citizens, both Jewish and Arab, against continuous terror attacks. So, as we look at the totality of this information, we have to ask ourselves, is it fair and accurate to call Israel an apartheid state? The people who are making this claim know our history, and frankly, they know the truth. They know that Israel is not an apartheid state, but because of the evil of apartheid, because of what it invokes in us emotionally, they know that they can manipulate people, that they can cause us to get on the streets and march and protest and drive yet another wedge between the country and its Jewish citizens. And I seem to recall that there's a word for that: anti-Semitism.